I have finished scraping and sanding the bottom of the wall where I used to have the trimming that was glued to the wall. I scraped the glue off and sanded it, so now I am plastering it with drywall mud. Here where I have some parts, the paper peeled off the drywall, I applied a thin layer of glue, wood glue, so it won't bubble up supposedly. And now I can plaster over that. So this was done yesterday, so it's all dry. So I'll just fill it in first. Maybe on a 3-foot section first. And I figured it's easier to clean the floor after I'm done than taping it, so I think it's gonna save me time. That's why I have this rag. I think it's gonna look good. This is an old patch in the hallway, and this was 30 years ago. I did this myself, not knowing what the heck I was doing. So at this point, I think I'm gonna have to fill this in or sand it down. I wasn't sure which way I need to go, so I need to get a bigger knife to figure out, is it sanding it or filling it or both. Since I'm repainting anyway, I figured I'd fix this, although it's hardly noticeable, but I noticed it, so it's got to go. So definitely I need to fill it in here, 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 here. I fill it in, and then I'll see if I have to sand any other things around it. I think that's going to be my approach. Oh, I'm sure this is going to have more than just one coat. Does it help to use a bigger thingy knife? It's kind of filled it in where I circled it. So I must be on the right track. There are some holes that I need to fill in as well. There. What else we got here? I'll come around and fix any other nail holes, because I'm gonna have to remove some of the pictures and things like that anyway before I paint, but that's an easy one. I don't know, should I put another coat and see what happens? So I'm gonna let this dry and come back, sand it all, and do another coat. And I think that will fix it actually. Yeah! The last patching job I'm gonna do today is in my dining room. I fixed this crack before, but it kind of didn't get too smooth. So from here, I used to be all the way over there, but this side I'm gonna try to make it a little nicer if I can. Since I'm gonna paint the ceiling anyway. I'm not trying to make the ceiling perfect. Like, there are some indentation where they were screwing the drywall on. I'm not gonna fill those in. The only things that I'm gonna fix, if I see any pops, I will bust any pops and fill that in, but I really don't see any in this room. So I am just worrying about this particular spot. And try not to make a mess. Alright, I think that's good. Better. Okay, let that dry. We'll sand it, see how it looks. And again, unless you come up here, you don't really see any imperfections in the ceiling, but I will repaint the ceiling only because there are some spots where there was dirt on the ceiling. I wiped it and it just doesn't look the same. So since I have to paint the ceiling in the hallway anyway and the walls, I'm gonna repaint just the ceiling in the dining room. Hopefully I can do it without having to repaint the walls. You know, if I don't have to, why should I? Again, it's preparing it for sale, so I'm not gonna look at it. You just have to present well, and I think I know what needs to be remedied versus don't overdo it, because a lot of people, when they buy a house, they want to repaint the walls anyway. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll repaint it with some same color, different color. It doesn't matter if the buyer says, oh, I love this house, however, I'm gonna repaint the rooms anyway. So, because when I buy a house, that's what I do. So it's never gonna please me. So I'm gonna go and check the other rooms to make sure that we don't need to do any more patching. And I'm gonna probably work on the kitchen touch-ups today. The next thing I'm gonna work on is the family room. I just lit the fire, and this is kind of a catch-all room that we don't often use. There's a little office space for a visitor, and here's my little embroidery that I just stuck here just for now, just as a place to live, but definitely I want to fix up holes and things like that. As I said, this is like a junkie room for now. Scrape and recaulk where the trim and the ceiling meets. It's always been a little bit cracked, but obviously it's not getting any better. And I don't think I fixed it very well the last time. So like here, there's a crack. So what I'm gonna do is scrape it and caulk it with just regular paintable caulk. The other thing that I already did is replaced this corner piece because we kept kicking it and it just broke. And so that's done. Looks pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do is when I paint the wall next time, which I will because this color, I'm just not loving it. It's terracotta, and it didn't turn out the way I really wanted it, so I just stuck with it. But I'm gonna definitely take the nails out, fill those nail holes. And since I have this in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and do all the nail holes too. And so on and so on.